Hi everyone, welcome to Get Ready With Me, Louise. We have no makeup on the eyes at all because, well, I am tired. Happy but tired. I knew going back to work was going to be a struggle and do this too, but I want to keep the love of my, makeup, but yet have time for it. I don't want to be pushed into it or feel obligated. I want to do it. So I'm not looking good, but I want to do it. I want to play. So what I got was two palettes, and that's why neither eye is done, because we're going to do one eye with one palette and one eye with the other. However, we all know that my videos are very long, so we're going to do this video with one eye, and then the next video will be this eye, and basically two videos with one face. And that way, it gives me a little bit of leeway, too. And I'm not going anywhere, so I'm done for the day. I've worked, I'm done. So, the palettes that I got was these by Essence. I have never tried an Essence shadow. I'm not gonna lie. Not once. And why would I pick these to do? Well, I have no idea. It was a cute little display they had at Ulta, number one. Number two, if I don't like them, I'm giving them to my granddaughter. And it just so happens that it's her birthday. So I think it's a win-win for me. So we are going to play with these. They do have a plastic covering. It's taped in. It's cardboard. There's a mirror on this side. It is pretty cute packaging. I won't lie. And for the price, I think they were $9.99. If it is a good quality shadow, I mean, I'm not going to say it ain't worth it, I'm really not. It does have cake liners in it. I don't know about that now because I don't really line like that, but if you're interested in it, it might be a good thing. I don't know. Oh, Lord. Now, they do tape these in, these little protectors, I guess. Not a fan of that, to be fair, because, well, it can kind of make the palette icky. But I do get that you want to keep the protector in, so you gotta do what you gotta do. Alright, it didn't come off too hard. I used my tweezers to get it off. But it comes off like that. This one here is the cake liner in this palette. So this is 01. I'm just gonna take this off. Right? This is called Harley Quinn eyeshadow palette 01 Hey Puddin. And then this one is called Harley Quinn eyeshadow palette 02 Mad Love. And I will say, out of the two, this one, the first one is definitely one of my favorites for sure, because I mean the color story is just right up my alley. But I would say this one here is the more fun one for sure. And give me a second so I can get the tape off, and then I will show it to you. I would say if you have kids, they would love this, for sure. Grandkids, a Halloween gift even, like I could see this being, nice. Great. This didn't come off as easy as the other one. Of course it's not. But yeah, I mean, it is cute, not expensive, so like I said, if it is good quality, then I do think it'd be well worth giving it a try. Alright. This one is more colorful, though. I will say that. And I am hoping the blues are good in this. So, and again, it has two cake liners, which is right here. And it actually says cake liners in it. I do think they go light to dark-ish. And I think color stories are pretty. I do. So we're not going to play with this one right now. We're playing with 01. Let's see, for the face, I'm wearing the Uma by Sharon C. For foundation, for concealer, I'm wearing the Tarte Creaseless Concealer. I didn't set my face today. I did set the under eyes with the Prism Libre. For eyeshadow primer, I'm using the MAC Soft Ochre. For bronzer, I'm wearing the Too Faced in Golden Cocoa. And then for the blush and highlighter, I'm using the Tarte blush and highlighter. And the highlighter I'm using is the one that's really too dark for me, but it actually is not so bad today. It's working. It's the Shine one. It comes out of the Red and Berries palette. So it is working for me today. And then the blush is Luxury. And let me tell you how light of a hand I went in with this. As you can clearly see, it was very light-handed. This is very pigmented, not something to play with, by no means. So, that is what is on my face. And let's get started with this palette, because I'm kind of excited. I mean, I know it's a kid's, well, it's not a kid's palette, but you get what I'm saying. Alright, we're going to go into, and look at the, I don't know if you can see the little designs in like some of the pans. It's so cool and pretty. Let's go into Insanity first. Yeah, let's do Insanity. I guess we'll do this eye first. I was going to do this eye, but I guess we'll do this eye first. Okay, a little bit of pigment. Like I said, I don't even think I've ever touched an Essence shadow. I don't think I've ever even used anything Essence. I'm trying to think. But I really don't think I have. Interesting. I mean, so far, so good. Like, there's something there. Like, I don't think it's that pigmented. I think this is going to be a softer palette to begin with, just from the color story alone. I feel like it could be an everyday palette, easy to use. I think you got a little bit of something, though, there. Something. Let's go into Mad Love Mauve. This one here. And see if it does anything. No. It's not giving me much, is it? And I think that's going to be your darkest matte in this palette. Wow, that's a shame. Let's try it on the lower lash line. Yeah, well, that's kind of a bust for me. It's giving me a little bit more with a more packed brush. Not much. So I'm not really going to get a lot of depth out of this palette. But I'm wearing the Tarte Fake Awaken the white for the waterline. I don't know what to do now. Let's take a smaller brush and go into it. See maybe if it will build the pigment that way. Yeah, not really. I mean, it is giving me something, but it definitely isn't going to go dark enough. So, okay, let's take Riot. Let's take this metallic shade and see if it can darken up and maybe perform as a matte somewhat. Let's see what it can do. It's not really doing much, is it? I'm not getting fallout, but it's not really doing much. I mean, it's doing something. Alright, well, Let's take the shade Mischief. This one here and put it on the lid. Let's see how the metallics perform. Maybe they're good. Oh yeah, okay. The metallics aren't bad. That's not bad for a metallic. Alright. That's not bad. I can live with that. Let's do inner corner. Let's do the Joker's Jest. Again, not bad. Alright, so you're not going to get depth out of this palette by no means. You're going to get a very soft look, which could be daytime appropriate, could be lunch, work. But the metallics is where this lays. But on the side of that, there's there's 4 mattes in the palette. So, I mean, you know, and then you got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 metallic shades and then 2 of the liner shades. Alright, let's use the Tarte on the lashes. I've really been enjoying this mascara. Can't complain here on it. I really thought this palette, I didn't think it was going to give me much depth by no means. Like, you could see that in the color story. But I did generally think it was going to do something. But for me, no. Obviously, it's not. But I don't necessarily think it was made for us, to be fair. I think it was made for, I guess, 12 and under. Definitely good to practice with, because you can't get too dark no matter how much you really, you know, swirl your brush in there. You're not going to get too much. It's not like bad by no means. Oh, for lips, I'm wearing the shade Bing by Urban Decay. Here's my thing with all drugstore. What do I compare all drugstore to? ColourPop. What do I compare all high end to? Pretty much Natasha and Pat. I'm not gonna lie. So, would I suggest this for $9.99 or a ColourPop? For you or I would suggest ColourPop. For my grandchildren, maybe even my youngest daughter, I might suggest this. I might. Depending on if they like it, if they like Harley Quinn, and my granddaughter does. So I do think this will be a win for her, in the sense of it, you know, being Harley Quinn. Any other reason, I don't think it really will. Maybe my youngest granddaughter, who's 5, it would still be a win because it is light enough for her to use, and she's not the best at controlling how much makeup she puts on herself. So I will say be careful. This part here breaks very easily, so it could very easily be tore off. Keep that in mind. So, all in all, not a bad palette. Not the best. It's not the best mattes at all. But the metallics, see, that's where it's like it's not the worst either, because the metallics saved the mattes. So, you know. But you saw how it performed. It's at Ulta now. If you're interested, it's there. There's a whole display of it, so I only picked up the palettes because I have never tried Essence, and I will say that, unfortunately for me choosing this as my first, it's not making me want to go out and spend any more money with Essence. So, with that said, that is all I have for you today. I'm going to do the other eye with palette O2. You will see that the following day. But as for today, this is it. So, if you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up, subscribe, ring the bell, hit all of that where you're notified when I upload. I upload every day but Sunday, fingers crossed, and I will see you in my next one. Until then, stay safe and stay healthy. Bye.